Kailabreece.
Marijuana, weed, cannabis, grass, ganja, skank, Buddha. It has many names and just as many disinformed factoids. Now, this disinformation has come from both opponents and proponents. Opponents claim various studies alluding to biochemical, physiological, and psychological damage, and proponents offer different studies that allude to its comparatively safe use in regards to illegal and legal drugs currently. Overall, though, marijuana is not a healthy choice. It's not. But the ratio required for a fatal overdose is something like 40,000 to 1, and thusly there have been no reported deaths. I'm pretty sure cigarettes and alcohol have killed at least one person, and I'm pretty sure cigarettes and alcohol have caused at least one permanent injury. Bottom line, you can't argue for the criminalization of marijuana if you want to just state its unhealthy nature. Everyone already knows that it's not the healthiest of choices. Maybe we should also ban French fries and start a war on fried food vendors. The decriminalization campaigns and even the legalization campaigns around the globe must debate on the grounds of personal freedoms, any legitimate criminal elements, and the economical implications it might have. So let's talk personal freedoms. Who the hell is the government to try to tell someone what they can put into their body? The deontological argument defends that all persons are the absolute owners of their lives, and they should be free to do whatever they wish with their own bodies or property, provided they do not infringe on the rights and privileges of another to engage in that same freedom. Through this understanding, I think, of personal freedom, we can see how a drug like meth and heroin would fall into this category, as its users tend to infringe on the freedoms of others by attacking them or stealing. However, marijuana does not fall into this category. The marijuana users' experience and even the culture itself is very sedentary, and it usually involves passive behavior and certainly no infringement on others' freedoms. Now, with this in mind, are there any legitimate criminal elements? Well, the war on drugs, specifically marijuana, has done nothing more than spawn additional criminal activity and even overflow into our prison system. I mean, really, I'd much rather have our jail cells filled with child abusers, rapists, pedophiles, thieves, than to actually put people, that smoke marijuana. They're not even infringing on my freedom. By legalizing a less infringing drug like marijuana, we could cripple a portion of the criminal element by producing higher quality and safer distribution channels, thus stealing pretty much the entire market from criminal involvement. Users of marijuana are known as being mellow and non-threatening. I can see an argument for meth being criminal because its users will steal and kill, like I said before. But a typical pothead is only a villain in the eyes of potato chips and video games.
Okay.
Now then, would marijuana help build our GDP? Would it damage our nation's worth? What would be the benefit or disadvantage to our economy? Well, the way I see it, if you look at the history of the United States, we see that at one point alcohol was legal. Its eventual prohibition, thanks to the efforts of pietistic Protestant denominations, actually gave birth to organized crime. And now its fashionable acceptance has produced a multi-billion-dollar industry, and it's all taxable. Creating a highly controlled legal production chain for marijuana would have similar effects. We could then take that tax money and direct it all to health education, teaching people about the dangers of drug use, and really having a war on drugs by making people more aware of intelligent decisions. And let's be serious, this whole gateway drug thing that surrounds marijuana and pretty much all the commercials, well, that's an absolute joke. I'm pretty sure that 99% of those who started smoking marijuana had already tried smoking cigarettes and drinking alcohol. So who's the real gateway drug? My question to my fellow intellectuals is this: how do you perceive the marijuana laws currently? It is in my opinion, that the Netherlands have a good understanding of the issue. Their drug policy consists of pretty much three critical principles. Drug use is a public health issue, not a criminal matter. 2, there is a distinction between hard drugs and soft drugs, pretty much marijuana versus heroin. And 3, high anti-drug related public information. That's just educating the public on drugs. If a problem has proven to be unsolvable, which I think is a situation with drugs, it is definitely better to try controlling it and taxing it, instead of continuing to enforce laws with mixed results. This is kailabreece. What do you know?